Good morning. So I went and got my scuba tank certified, recertified, 2 of them hydroed and 1 Viz. So all 3 of them, I guess, Viz. But pick them up, and you see in the back of my truck, they just slide around. I'll put 2 or 3 of them together and I'll ratchet strap them, but still they'll slide to the front and they'll slide over here. And I mean, I try to tie them in spaces, but it's just not working. So today we're going to build a rack that'll hold 4. I only have 3 tanks, but I plan on buying another one. So we're going to build one that holds 4 tanks, and it should have plenty of room in the back of this truck. I think it's going to be, say, 40-45 inches. We'll check the measurements and see. Anyway, let's get started. It is cold out. Oh, golly. All right, let's get started. So we're going to build this rack for these scuba tanks. And this wood was new at one time, but it's been sitting out back. It's starting to get older and faded, so we need to use it anyway. I don't know how much it costs, but we're gonna keep this as cheap as we can. I went to Lowe's, picked up a little ratchet strap, some screws, some paint, and a little rubber mat for the strips. So we're gonna get this thing started, get a good measurement on this tank, which I think altogether with this here, I wanna say we're gonna say 7.5 inches. Yep, 7.5. And that's with this boot. It's not going to be on this boot, it's going to be here in the middle. All right, so we're going to start off, I think, 1.5 inches in between, 7.5 for the tank, so 9 inches. All right, so on here, I marked the center of each tank and I came down 1/4 inch. So that leaves me 7.5, so 3 3/4. Basic sheetrock cutter, come down that 1/4 inch, and I scribe me a circle. Now if we can only cut that circle just as good with that jigsaw, we'll be uptown. So simple scribe, take a pencil, mark it. There. Same thing here, 1/4 inch. Okay, so that there, we was able to get 2 pieces with the scroll saw. The rest of it we're going to cut with the jigsaw. Here we go. so we got the first one. One piece, took me that long. Anyway, sanding it all down, I think it'll fit. It's still a little snug. The tanks fit perfectly, but I don't know. Okay, so that was the two side pieces that goes along the edge. So now we need to make the end caps as well. Okay, so we got our pieces cut. We're gonna start putting this thing together before it starts raining, I think, hopefully, so we can get it painted. We'll put it on the floor and we'll start putting it together. All right, here we go. All right, let's put this thing together. Okay. All right, screws. Okay, so I think we're gonna remodify. Here we go. So the one on the back side, I don't think it's gonna work. Because when we lift it, it hooks here. So we need to either move it or delete it. Okay, so modifications. It didn't want to work the way it was working. It was catching on the end. So I pushed it all the way to the end. That way the boot just slides right in. And so it's a lot easier to put the plate on the bottom. So slide it in, boom. So it's done. Now all we gotta do is do a little bit of painting. And see what fits in the truck. Let's get it painted. Okay, I also want to put these rubber pieces on the bottom for the traction on the pickup truck so it wouldn't slide. It's just a piece of rubber mat, carpet, but put 3 strips. So that should help from any slide, and plus it's all weight. Okay, time to finish it up. Morning. So we finished this project here last night, finished painting it. So now we're gonna add the last of the hardware. So we're putting these handles on, 1, so we can have something to lift up. 2, something for the ratchet strap. You know, these tanks are heavy, they're not going anywhere, but you know, I feel, you know, you're going over railroad tracks and bumps, whatever chance, accidents, we don't want tanks rolling around in the vehicle. So 1 strap should be plenty. And something else to help lift it to put it into the car. So let's get these on. We just put them center. All right, get them on. And don't forget to support your local dive shop either. Make sure you gotta put some color on there, y'all. Y'all go. Put it on. All right, let's get this thing loaded up. Ooh, boy, that grips too now. Ooh, that grips. Storm fixing come, y'all. Let's get these tanks loaded up. All right. We're doing this in the rain. But you know I want to get that video out. Whew. Strap. Strap. Now, what y'all think about that? There it is. Look, I'm serious, y'all. I'm pushing on this thing. It's locked in. It ain't going nowhere. But I am. It's raining. We gonna get this tied in. Get this video out. This ain't may not how you should build one, but this is how I built one. I'm out. Y'all be safe.